Hi everybody, it's Angie here at Crafts at Home. In the continuation of the beginner series, we're going to be doing the double treble stitch. That's what we call it in the UK, and in the US they call it the treble crochet. Today we'll be starting with the pastel green double knit yarn from Aldi. We'll also be using a 4 and a 5mm hook and a pair of scissors. So let's begin. So to start with, we'll find the end of the yarn. We need a 5mm hook, and just like we have in previous ones, we will do a slip knot. So we're going to start like we have with every one and do 10 chains. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now the turning chain for this goes up another step from the previous ones. So where the double crochet is 1, the half treble's 2, the treble is 3, the double treble will be 4 chains. So we'll start there by adding an extra 4. So I'll now take out the 5mm hook that I'm using and I'll change to the 4. As we've done previously, this is so when I work back along that foundation chain, it doesn't arc because it's tighter than the other stitches. So, to start this, we wrap the yarn around twice. Then we look from the 5th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we go into the top of that chain. We yarn over and pull through. Yarn over, pull through the first 2. Yarn over, pull through the next 2, yarn over and pull through the last 2, and there we have our first double treble. So we'll do that again. Yarn twice around the hook, into the next chain, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. As you can see, it's quite a nice long stitch, but there are quite big gaps in between. We don't use this very often, but it does come up in some patterns and it does help with textures. So I'm going to carry on now and go through to the last chain and I'll meet you there. Welcome back. I'm just finishing the last stitch in the last chain on this row. So as you can see, you've got a nice straight row full of double trebles. As you can see, it looks a little bit like a ladder, and it can be useful if you're doing thin pieces of crochet to wind in between to give a nice look. So we're now going to do a turning chain on this end, so we can go back along and do the second row to complete our swatch. So again, we're going to do 4 chains, as so, turn the work, and as you can see, you've got the first stitch there that was the last one from the previous row. So again, we're going to wind round twice, through and yarn through, yarn over, first 2, second 2 and third 2. So again, yarn round twice, hook through, yarn over and pull through, and then finish the stitch off. I'm going to carry on now, going back along this row, and I'll see you at the end for the final stitch. Welcome back. I'm just finishing the last stitch before the final one where we've got the chain. So as before, to find the chain that you need to go under, if you turn it round, then you will see the V coming down at the end. So just be really careful where you pop your hook in to make sure you get that V. Pull through as usual and complete the stitch. And there we are. You've got your 2 rows of double trebles. So we're just going to cut that yarn off there, pull through as we did before, tighten that piece, and there we go. So like I mentioned previously, you can use double trebles for weaving in other pieces. These are the double crochet that we did from the first video, and as you can see, these would actually wind in quite nicely. Pull that through. Go through the next. And through the last one. So it can work quite nicely to do different colourways like that. We'll get on to more advanced techniques further down the line. So if we were to look at all of these stitches side by side, you can see how different they actually are in their height. You've got the difference there between the double treble and the treble. Then on top of that, you've got the half treble, and then finally you've got 2 rows of double crochet. So there is quite a difference between the height of each stitch. I hope you found these basic stitch tutorials really helpful, and don't forget to look out for some more advanced ones coming up in the future. Bye for now.